Okay, all right, so I hope this is like, honestly, it's pretty pretty dark. And then YouTube's gonna kill the quality, and then we're all going to be sad. But, right, so basically, I wanted to make another video because, the last couple of weeks have been going quite well for me, I would say. And so like, I'm just chilling. I just got home and like I've been at work all day, and yeah, it's a lot. But so I would say that over the last couple of weeks, so I made some videos like, you know, a couple weeks ago, and I would say that over the last couple of weeks, my life has taken many turns for the better psychologically. And yeah, so basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to see if there was like a relationship between Vaultology and the way that things have been basically for me recently, because I kind of feel like I have been undergoing a lot of psychological changes in the last couple of weeks, which I will get to. And I want to see whether or not they're like actually related to Vaultology or not. Yeah, I'll describe them. But I guess first things first, I guess I can like lay down my kind of conditions, or like, what would you call that? Like context. So context, I'm still taking my antidepressants. I'm still taking Adderall regularly for work. And I probably have some Adderall in my system right now. Caffeine I have only on the weekends whenever I'm not taking Adderall, because if I have both at once, that makes me anxious. And yeah, so basically over the last 3 weeks, so my wife got here 3 weeks ago, and basically life has gotten way better. She, you know, she's been cleaning the house, and she takes care of like, you know, a lot of the food, and obviously I just have my wife around, which is the biggest impact or contributor, of course. Yeah, what else? Also, I guess I've been getting more exercise in because I've been going to the office and back every day, which is about 25 minutes of walking there, 25 minutes of walking back. And I would say also basically I've been doing a lot better at work as well. I feel like I've been a lot more organized, and I've been understanding things a lot more, feeling a lot more confident, understanding stuff better. I mean, everything just across the board has kind of been better. I've been feeling more confident. I've also been talking more just at work, on Discord, in general. So basically what I'm getting at is I feel like I've been having more TE kind of characteristics. So basically like, number one is like, I feel like my ability to keep variables in place at a time, and, you know, kind of analyze them and everything. My executive functioning basically has gotten better. And then point two is like, I just feel more confident in general. I feel more certitude in my beliefs and my opinions and stuff like that, which is very much characteristic of JE energetic. Also, I think I've kind of taken on a bit more of a T attitude in a way. So I'm more interested in technical things, things that have objective, things that don't come down to value judgments, basically. Like, so you read some code and you can tell what it does, right? And you can make some calculations about, things that you can calculate, things that are quantifiable, the STEM stuff, which I know a lot of people don't relate to in TE, but I do think in combination with any and TE together can really lend itself to like the delta scientism people talk about, and like technology and stuff like that, which I think has been kind of happening for me. And so basically, yeah. And I've kind of been noticing like less. I mean, so JE and JI kind of contrast, right? And so I've noticed more like less JI things and also JE things. So I notice I don't really hesitate to send messages both at work and on Discord servers like CT. I've been more active in CT for the last couple of weeks, I think. And I've also been soft typing more people, and I think it's because like it's something that you can apply, and it's just like you're kind of right or you're not to some degree. I mean, CT isn't really like scientific or objective, but it's it's something in that ballpark, and I've been enjoying that. Yeah. So also I feel like not really right now, but in general, I think in the last 2 weeks I've been more Sealy really than unsealy. Normally I would say I'm pretty unsealy, or I'm like unsealy like 2/3 of the time, and Sealy about 1/3 of the time. And I think these last couple weeks I've been more Sealy than unsealy. I've also just had more energy, which I associate that with having extroverted functions, but I don't really know if that actually follows. I don't know if that's like for realsies. And so it's just another reason why I wanted to make this video, and so we can contrast it with the previous video, and we can see kind of what's going on. We can see if there are any pathology changes really like at all. Yeah. Let's see. I also feel that I've been more PE, and so I think definitely like my increased energy could be coming from there. And I probably like had a bit more of an extroverted attitude in general, which maybe is like indicative of not necessarily like TE, but just more PE in general. And I still feel myself a lot of the times, I feel like, whenever I make JE-isms, because I've been so conscious of it, about whether it's happening or not. And so, I mean, that shoulder shrug is like pretty natural, and I didn't really notice that. But sometimes, like, especially like projecting hands, because they're so conscious, or like head pushes. But basically, I'm sure I miss a lot of it. And what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to make the video somewhat long, and in hopes that we can get more to a baseline, because I'm also a big fan of long videos for typology, for voltology at least, because I think on camera weirdness is a thing, and I think like it takes a little bit of time to get into a state that you more normally are in. Yeah. But I've kind of already covered everything that I was thinking about talking about, so that's a little bit difficult because I don't know what I'm going to talk about now. Yeah, I actually, I don't think I don't think I have any other topics. There's nothing I really like want to say, or I mean, I guess I think I could just pick something at random and then like answer it, and I think that'll be fine. So I'll do that. And I don't have a random question generator with me, and if I open one on my phone, then it's going to go bye-bye, and my recording is going to get obliterated, and I don't want that. So let me just think about, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I'm a random question generator, and I'm going to think about like, basically, I guess you could think about it as like a bit of like a neural network, like a machine learning model. Like, I've seen tons of data. I've seen how these guys work, these random question generators, and I'm going to like think about all those questions, just try to extract something that hasn't been asked yet. Like I'm gonna LARP a random question generator basically. Oh, also one more thing worth noting is that I've been feeling more visual in my thinking actually, which yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of a hypothesis that's actually related to the T attitude, visual thinking, because I know that there's some TI leads who are very much visual thinkers, and I think it might also be related to the N attitude. But we'll see. I mean, like TBD, basically. I'm not carrying out some kind of research on this, but I think over time, that should become more apparent. Oh yeah, actually, for a random question generator, I've actually started to kind of feel like functions work in tandem. I mean, like assuming that I'm integrating TE, then I'm starting to kind of think that P functions and J functions work in tandem. So for example, because I was an NEFI 2-stick, I think most of the time I was combining my NE and my FI together, which is very cerebral and philosophical and very uncertain and stuff like that. And so like, so we have compound effects, for example. So you know you can mix like Ni and Se, and you can get En or Es or En or Is, and like I think also for example, like you can mix Ne and Te, and you can get something special and specific to both Ne plus Te, or maybe it's Pe plus Te, or something like Pe plus Je with the T attitude or the N attitude. I don't know, but I think there might be something to that, because I really feel like a lot of these things kind of go together, and I think like the flavor of my TE is also very much different from other people, especially like TE and Is or other gamma types. I think like deltas tend to be more interested in like mathematics or programming, especially. They're very much interested in tech and stuff. Oh, I've also noticed another thing is I kind of have more of an urge to consume information, and more so about a week ago I had quite an urge to create things, but now I would say I mostly just have an urge to, I guess, consume information, but also create, like I'm creating right now, and it doesn't, so I think I've kind of come to understand how TE people, especially double extroverts, can work so much. Yeah, and JE, but just general JE, not necessarily TE. Right. Did I have? I think I may have had one more comment before I went into LARP and question. No. I don't think I did, I guess. Right, so, alright, I'm gonna pretend I'm a random question generator. I'm gonna generate a question. What is your favorite season? Okay, so my favorites, so I guess maybe a good approach to this is, I will reevaluate my favorite season, because that fills up more content. So I will go through systematically through each season, and then I will determine which one is my favorite. So let's start with winter, because January is winter. Winter has snow, which I actually used to always dislike. I used to dislike the snow and the cold, but that's because I was in Canada too, and Canada is fucking cold. And where I came from, Ottawa specifically, is one of the 10 coldest major cities in the world, along with like some Russian and Chinese cities, as well as other Canadian cities. But basically, winter. But then last winter, I was in the Netherlands, and it snowed like once, and it was below freezing like twice, and I enjoyed it. But at the same time, I found myself like missing the cold a little bit, so I'm actually kind of glad it's becoming fall, because I like the fall temperatures, or the colder temperatures. I miss it a bit, and I used to think that I might want to live in California, where they have no seasons really, but the temperature is always like kind of ideal, like 20 degrees around there. But I've kind of realized now that I actually very much enjoy having 4 seasons, and I think I'm a 4 seasons kind of person. So think I'd like to live somewhere where there are 4 seasons. Winter, I'm still gonna say it's probably like the worst season out of all of them though, because it's a fucking hassle. You need special clothes just for winter. They're heavy. I don't like wearing anything heavy, really, generally speaking. I just not a big fan of winter in general, I would say. So I take a pass on that one. But I don't hate it. Next, spring. Spring is moderate temperature and has a lot of beautiful life coming. Oh yeah, also in winter everything's dead. And like the animals are hiding, this kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie. So in spring we have life coming back to us, and nice temperatures that are in the middle of winter and summer. Now I'm in around New York City, and let me tell you, this last summer it was way too fucking hot. Every single day was like 32 degrees Celsius or something, and plus humidity, and it's just, I don't know, every day just felt slightly too warm to actually go outside and enjoy the day, and I wasn't a fan of that. But spring, I would say, gives a nice balance between the two. And yeah, it gives you a bit of that cold and a bit of that warm, and I like spring. There's life, like I said. The issue with spring is that it's very muddy, and often rains a lot. So, and like if you're in a place that gets a lot of snow, then there's also a lot of snow melting, and that's just kind of like not it. It's very dirty, but I still really like spring. I think spring is my second favorite season. Summer is really hot, kind of extreme. I would say is my third favorite season. And fall is my favorite season, I think, because fall is cozy, and fall also has that kind of middle temperature that I like. And I think fall is just like it's a nice place to be in. It's a nice time to be in. I don't know. There's also like animals that exist in fall, and you can see them probably more in the summer, but the summer also has like fucking like mosquitoes galore and stuff, and I really don't like mosquitoes. I am a mosquito magnet, so I kind of enjoy the fall. Fall also has mosquitoes, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. So autumn's a nice season, so I like it. Okay, I'm going to LARP the random question generator again. Okay. What is your favorite food and why? Now, I think I'm gonna have to criticize the random question generator a little bit here, because food is like, I mean, you can't really give like a great reason for why a food is your favorite. You kind of just like it, right? But I guess, I mean, I could attempt to explain it from some kind of emotional, weird standpoint. So, I like, I like a bunch of different kinds of foods, and I don't think I really have like a favorite food, but I think I would say like my favorite food, the best food I've had is, I went to this place with my wife called Yellowtail in Las Vegas, and we went there on our wedding night. We're in Vegas, and this place was like really good. They had so much good stuff on the menu. We just had like a taster menu, and it was like 200. I don't remember. I think the whole thing was like $480 or something. Like all said and done, it was a very expensive dinner, probably the most expensive I had, but it was quite good. Really enjoyed it, and basically it was a sushi place. If I hadn't said that yet, and they had a bunch of sushi type dishes. So they had, and they had one thing in particular that we both really enjoyed, both of us, was they had this sushi pizza, and I don't remember exactly what it was like made of, but it was not your average sushi pizza. It was so fucking good. I mean, like, that's the thing. It's kind of hard to describe too. It's like everything I just put in my mouth is just like, it was just like so good, man. Oh, I want to go back. But yeah, that was my favorite place, I think, or my favorite, the best food I've had. There's also another sushi that I really liked. I don't remember what the main ingredients were. I think it was crab. But so not only did it taste amazing, and there was just so much complexity and nuance to the flavor. Like, you know, it was like it starts out one way and then it turns to another way and then it finishes like this. They also put pop rocks in it. Pop rocks at like this, you know, Michelin-esque sushi place. They put pop rocks in the sushi, and it was fun. I liked it, but I didn't like it just for the pop rocks. I thought that was a nice touch. It's probably only really something you can get away with if your food is already good. But the food was really good there. I really liked that. Okay. Next question. I think I'll talk about a game I've been playing. Me and my wife have been playing. We've been playing Stray on the PS5, and really, I think we haven't finished it yet. No spoilers, but like, basically, for anyone who doesn't know, you play as a cat, and the plot is that you're a cat, and then like you're just fucking around with your boys, and then like you fall really far down somewhere, and you go from like a kind of normal surface world civilization down to this like slum ghetto place that's inhabited by robots, created by humans, but now the humans are extinct, and the robots are like stuck there because the place above, well, I guess I won't get into it too much, but yeah, it's a very interesting world. And so the robots thought that, like, you know, humans were like gods, basically. And so they have like a lot of human characteristics to them. And so it's really interesting. It's kind of like you can call it like post-apocalyptic, I guess, if you want to. You know, there's like no nature, very little nature. And it's really interesting. So you play as a cat, and you play as a cat, and you just like go around and you try to like help out the people, and I guess I could say more, but I won't spoil it. But I think in this game the world building is really good. I think there's a lot of like interesting stuff going on in the world. The characters are interesting, the concept is just really interesting, and the visuals are beautiful. It's a really easy game, like really simple mechanics and everything. It's definitely like not meant to be hard, and it's a short game too. You can get it for free on PlayStation Now Plus, or PlayStation Plus, I don't know. But you can get it for free, so that's what we did. You know, we just like downloaded it, installed it, played it, and we will finish that before my wife leaves for her visa appointment soon. Yeah, another game that we got on the PlayStation Plus is called I Am Bread, and this game is really fucking stupid. But you basically there's an interesting story that goes along with it, but the core of the game is the mechanics and the gameplay. And the way that what you do in this game is you're a piece of bread, and your objective is to become toast. And so you're just like placed in a room, and you need to find your way to a toaster or something, and become toast. And I think that's I mean, it's kind of fun. It's silly, but you need to. The mechanics are very difficult. They're very QWOP-esque, if anybody remembers that game. So you need to just kind of around and like flip yourself around and stuff like that. And you need to avoid becoming dirty as well. So if you fall on the floor, for example, then your edibility score will go down. And also, you walk into some ants, your edibility score goes down. You at least touch like anything gross, your edibility score goes down. And yeah, so you can do that. And if you're wondering how you can get from, let's say, the kitchen table to a toaster without touching the floor, you can have grip for a limited time. So you can kind of attach yourself to an object, and then your four corners, and you can kind of grip around. So you can like flip, flop until your grip timer runs out, and that's how you would do that. All right, I'm gonna generate another random question. I skipped this one. What is your favorite sport? I don't really like sports, but like growing up, I played basketball, and that was my favorite sport for sure. Even though in Canada, I did not play hockey. I played basketball. I mean, I play like road hockey, kind of like in the driveway, with sticks and nets and everything, but no ice. And I'm not a good skater either. So basically, yeah, this game, just like play. Oh, also, whenever I was like in elementary school, we would play mini sticks, and so we'd have hockey sticks like yay big, and we would just punch over and hit a tennis ball around, and that's what you would use as a projectile, by the way, because obviously you don't have ice. We would use a tennis ball, and then the tennis ball is what you would score with. You would go like in the net and stuff. Let's see, and then but like I played basketball mostly, I would say, because like I had a basketball night at home, and I picked up basketball, and it was something that you could like pretty easily play by yourself. So I would spend like some time just like shooting hoops, and yeah. So I think like I did make the basketball team at some point when I was like 10 or 11, 12. I wasn't very good though, and I also enjoyed volleyball. But I don't play any sports now. I haven't played sports for a long time, but I actually do enjoy esports. So I think like I don't play any video games competitively, or like even like semi-competitive. I don't play any game regularly that has a competitive scene or aspect to it. So I used to play like TFT for like a year or so, and I really enjoyed that game, but I'm just kind of not really into that anymore. And I also played League of Legends on and off for quite a while, and that game is like the biggest esport in the world, and it has a very big competitive scene, and the World Championships actually just ended like 2 days ago, and I wasn't really watching the finals, but I was watching a lot of games throughout, before my preferred teams got disqualified, generally speaking. And I actually attended in person for some of the group stage games, which is very cool, because Worlds isn't usually in North America, and it was like there was something like in Madison Square Garden, New York City. So I figured, and a friend asked me like if I wanted to go watch with him and another close friend. So it's like, yeah, of course. Of course, I'm not gonna turn down like that, because I've been watching League of Legends competitive games for like quite a while. I was like paying attention to the pro scene back in like season 1 or 2, basically, and now we're on like season 11 or 12 or something. So like, and each season is a year. So I was watching when I was like 15 basically or something, and so it's really cool to see how it's grown. And I think esports are a lot more interesting actually traditional sports because there's so many more variables. Um, and like just the combination of variables, basically, like there so many things can happen. It's always possible for somebody to pull out an unexpected strategy. Like, it's theoretically possible for somebody to come and pull an ace out of their sleeve at like the world finals, and I think that keeps you on your toes, makes everything fresh, and I really enjoy that. Let's see. I'm recharging. Very monologue. This has been very exhausting. Maybe I should have done an interview, but I did my other videos as monologues, so I think it's like, for the sake of comparison, I think it's better to do another monologue or another solo video rather than doing an interview. But I guess it would have been better if I did an interview back then and I did an interview now. But such is life. Babe,
Yeah.
how close to done are you?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll keep filming.
Not entirely sure.
Okay. Can you ask me a random question?
What is one thing that you think is very important for a government of a country to have in order?
There's one thing I think is very important for a government of a country to have in order. Okay.
The one thing they shouldn't suck at.
The one thing they shouldn't suck at. I mean, honestly speaking, like, I don't really know what it takes to run a government. So, this answer is very hard for me to answer. I think I might need to like systematically deconstruct it a little bit. So, what does the government do? Let's see, the government provides essential services for people, I guess. I mean, all right. Let me think, what does the government do? Well, we pay them tax, so like, that's how they sustain themselves, and then maybe they also do some profitable things, but what does the government do? They give us like healthcare, I guess, and they put regulations on things, and they pave our roads, and they keep the diplomacy with other countries. I don't know. It's really hard. Militaries. I guess like healthcare, maybe, because like it's pretty important for everyone to be alive, and having healthcare makes you able to be alive. So maybe I would pick that one. I guess that's fine. I mean, I don't know. It's like a hard question. Oh my god, I'm getting so tired. Not actually tired, just like exhausted. I don't think I'm supposed to be monologuing for 34 minutes. I noticed I've since I've lost my energy, I've stopped JEing, but I think I've also stopped PEing as much. So I don't even know what to make of that. I'm a stiff egg banana. Neither of those things are particularly stiff actually, but whatever. Oh, okay. I guess. I think like if I got up and I like walked around a little bit, like I did like a lap around the house, I think I would probably sit back down and be like, all right, let's go again. But I can't be bothered, and I think we're gonna be going out for dinner soon or something.